Alright guys, Papa Pepper here with part 6 of Why We Homestead. Kind of been through quite a few different things, and in part 5 I talked more about having a connection to your food supply, whether it was planting, weeding, watering, harvesting, preparing, preserving the food, as far as the vegetables and plants and stuff like that, or whether it was actually raising things like cattle, ducks, chickens, rabbits, guinea fowl, other things, pigs, goats, sheep that people may use for food. So either way, there's a certain connection, but moreover, I think in these times now, what we're finding is that it is becoming incredibly crucial almost to your health and existence to be able to secure for yourself and your family a trustworthy food source. Often, you have to take that into your own supply, into your own hands and deal with it yourself. Even sometimes they'll lobby for things like, as long as it's got, 1% organic material in it, we can call it organic, or things like that. And if you look at how much is just modified or enriched when they take something and they strip it of all that it had, and they have to put stuff back into it just to be able to call it a food, to be able to say it has some nutritional value. And you look at things too like all the GMOs, and GMOs isn't exactly just people breeding plants and saying, okay, this one we've selected certain genes. It's getting in there on a whole nother level and doing things. And even when you look at some of the things people like Bill Gates, Ted Turner, other people, different scientists and stuff have said about certain things, we've got to be careful. If you really think about things, and I'll use the example of marriage. When people come together in marriage, there's a putting inside of your own body something foreign, something that's not part of your body. It's an intimate thing. So it is with food. You're putting something inside your body. And if you don't know if you can trust it, it's a dangerous thing. So obviously, we got some nice clouds actually today. They're real clouds. And the rest of the sky looks blue, but when people are potentially spraying things in the air, potentially putting things in the water sources, potentially tainting this entire planet, there's only a certain level of things you can control. But if you're able to control the type of soil that your food is grown in, if you're able to control whether or not chemicals are applied to it, whether it's pesticides, herbicides, insecticides, fertilizers, and if you're able to as well. I just pooped on my shoulder. It's fertilizer right there. But if you're also able to control certain things about the environment in which your food is grown or raised, and what it eats, what it feeds on, you'll have a better chance of having a trustworthy food source. So am I paranoid? Am I a conspiracy theorist? Am I some other things? All I'm saying is the world's dangerous and there are people who want you dead. If you don't understand that, I'm sorry, maybe you watch too much news or something, I don't know. But one of the things that we've got to watch then is what we're doing every day, like what we ingest, what we put inside our bodies. So for us, one of the reasons to homestead is just to take a greater control over our health and the health of our children. I think that so many times, even in the medical field, they do certain things and they come back later and say, oh yeah, we shouldn't have done that. So many times they'll do certain things with pharmaceuticals, and then all of a sudden they get these giant recalls. Yeah, sorry all you people whose liver failed and you died. We've got a recall. You can, and who knows how much that's happening because of what we eat too. So I think that is worth noting too. Even if you just look at oral health, my teeth ain't all that great. There's a lot of metal in them still. I'll probably have to get removed. There's been some ones that are fake now and things like that. Sometimes if you look back, when people dig up these skulls of people who walked this earth before us, they don't look like they have horrible dental issues as often as we do right now. When I went to school, I didn't see kids that looked like RoboCop, just half machine, just Terminator, full of metal in their mouth, where every tooth is capped with metal and been replaced with something like that. Yet I see it frequently these days as I walk around. Something with our diet is off. And the more we can do to even just get back to eating just raw vegetables and less processed things and stuff like that, the better we're going to be. So that's reason 6. Take it for what it is. It's where I'm at and what I believe, and we'll be back later. Pop out.